Hey guys, this is Hatway's daughter here once again with a very, very brief message. I just want to talk a little bit about distractions. We really have to stay focused. And when I say we really have to stay focused, we really have to work hard on our focus because there are so many things trying to distract us from hearing, from listening to the voice, to the messages of the Most High. It's everywhere. You may wake up today and say, "Oh, I'm going to be as, spiritual as possible today. I'm going to do things right. I'm going to try to follow whatever, the messages or the laws that God sends me. Today's going to be an amazing day." And next thing you know, things just come in and take you right off your course. This happens to me. I'm sure it happens to you as well. So many distractions from your jobs. Maybe you have more than one job. You're running from one place to the other. The people at your job, co-workers, trying to tempt you, trying to push you to argue or, make you look like who you're not. Your kids, sometimes, you want to do one thing, but you got to run and take the kids here, take the kids there, and just do so many different things that you don't have time to actually stop and focus. Maybe it's your friends. You sit down and say, "Well, let me pray," or "Let me talk to the Most High," and ring, here goes your phone. "Hey, well, you want to do something? Let's go hang out." Or, just talking and distracting you from what you intended to do. Sometimes it's your family. Your own family calling you to tell you all their problems, all of the things going on in their life. And you're like, "Ugh, like I really don't want to hear it. I have so many other things going on." Or maybe your family calls and now you have to run and help them with something. Sometimes, hey, it's the TV. You just turn it on and next thing you know, one show after the other, here you go, and it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon and it's 8 o'clock at night and you're still watching TV and you're like, "Whoa, where did the day go?" Or maybe it's the radio. You're listening to all this music with low vibration and you're over there singing and dancing and repeating things in songs that you may not even know are just parts of cults. And, it just records in your brain. And later on, you're still singing these things. And time goes by and you're like, "Whoa, I was supposed to be doing something else." We have to try to tune those things out. We have to try to stay in tune with the Most High. Because the Most High is not one to kiss our butt. The Most High is not going to tell you, "Oh, I want to talk to you about something. I need you to stay focused." And all of a sudden you go the other direction. You think the Most High is going to run after you? No, the Most High just sits right there saying, "I'm watching the time. I'm going to see how much longer it's going to take you." And sometimes by the time you come back, the Great Spirit is like, "You know what? Just forget it. We'll talk when you have time. Obviously, you're too busy for me." I mean, talking about distractions, look at what happened yesterday in New York City. So there was an earthquake in New York City, and that's really rare. There's hardly any earthquakes over there. And it was a pretty strong one, 4 point something earthquake. And I can tell you that I was in New York City personally the last time that there was an earthquake there. I was there. And I was in my house at that time. And all I know is I felt the shaking, and I'm like, "What in the world is going on?" And I run and look at out my window, and there's people coming out of their buildings, coming out of factories that were close by. Everybody's in the street now. And it was probably maybe, I would say, 8 to 10 seconds, but it felt like it was 8 to 10 minutes. And people outside with their babies, people with no shoes on. There were people crying because it's not something that happens there. It's actually very dangerous for an earthquake to happen in New York City because of the high buildings that they have. But yesterday seemed like it was pretty powerful. I received a few phone calls from family and friends telling me, oh my gosh, you don't know what happened. My house was almost collapsing, and family members crying, saying, oh my gosh, God is getting ready to take us out, all of these things. And I'm like, trying to remain calm. I looked through YouTube to see what happened, and some news channels, which I don't like to look at the news. I don't like anything negative in my world. If I feel any type of negativity, I am running. Believe me, I don't need it. I just don't. But when something like this happens, you want to kind of see what's going on. Especially that I know that there are aftershocks also. So I was, just wondering what was going on. And with the way the world is nowadays, it could be the Great Spirit. Obviously, it is the Great Spirit's world that we live in. It could be the Great Spirit just saying, you know what, I'm so sick of you people not listening, not wanting to focus, not wanting to follow the laws, but yet you go out there and you focus on other things. You follow laws that man made, and you totally ignore what I am trying to do, what I'm trying to tell you. So yes, it could be the Great Spirit giving us a warning, of course. But then again, it can also be HAARP. If you don't know what that is, you're going to have to Google it. But that is when certain weathers are manipulated in certain areas just for others, or the ones that are manipulating it for their satisfaction, for their agendas. I try not to speak about this too much because I don't want my channel to be taken down or reviewed, or I don't need any of that. However, I do like to let you know that all of these things that you see out there are not just the Great Spirit. The same way the Great Spirit is doing stuff, the enemy is also doing stuff. So you have to know which is which. You have to study things. You have to read, you have to research, and you, more than anything, have to be in silence. You have to be quiet. You have to listen and see what the Great Spirit is telling you. Because you're thinking, oh my God, it's God is about to destroy the world. And it's not even God. It's man-made. It's some man that has a button that wants to control things and has been controlling things for generations and generations. And then all this fear gets passed down to us. And it's just ridiculous. It really is. I can tell you that I do my best to try to listen to the word of the Great Spirit. And a lot of times I also ignore because I'm busy. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, and I'm like, oh my God, Great Spirit, I know you're trying to tell me something, but just give me a second. Let me wipe this up here. Let me finish cooking this really quick. Or let me go clean the bathroom. Or as soon as I get home from work. Or as soon as I park the car. Man, so many distractions. It's ridiculous. We need to take time to listen. You see the wars? It's not just rumors of wars nowadays. There's wars. And we are actually living in times that we see the war. This Jerusalem war, again, we don't know if this is the Great Spirit or if this is a man that has decided to just do his own thing, her own thing. But then again, there are times that it's us, that we're the ones that are jeopardizing our own self. We could wake up in a mood that is like, ugh, I don't care, I don't want to hear it, I don't want to talk to anyone, I'm in a bad mood today, I don't even want to go to work, I don't want to go here, I don't want to do this, I just want to be left alone. And the Great Spirit is like, hello, I'm trying to talk to you. Are you there? Are you listening? And because you're in such a bad mood and you got this fire just burning in your chest, It's like you don't even hear the knocking, the nudging. You don't hear it. So what do? We have to fight our own self so that we can control ourselves. We can't let other things outside of us control us. Not the family, not the friends, not the news, not the radio, not the television, not the internet, not the dishes, not the job, not the people at your job. You have to say, stop. I need to focus on what's going on with me. What am I supposed to be doing right now? Not what everybody else has put in my plate, but what am I supposed to be doing right now for me, for my spiritual development? I'm not talking about what am I supposed to be doing for me and go shopping. No. What is your spirit trying to tell you? You think you're going to be able to hear that in a crowd? More than likely you won't. You think you're going to hear that under influence of alcohol or drugs? You won't. You have to stop everything. What I do is I stop everything. I tell my own family, look, I need time. Don't talk to me right now. Don't call me. I'm busy. I need to talk to the Great Spirit. I need to connect. And even if they call or they knock or they bother, I don't care. I'm not listening. Because I need to connect to the Most High. That's my only salvation. That's the only way I can take care of myself and I can help others. Stay tuned because the Great Spirit is talking to us. The Great Spirit is giving us messages and not just listening for a specific voice. I am your father. No. The voice you hear is the same voice that you are, your own voice. It's just in your spirit. It's in your head. It's in your ear. And it tells you, hey, whatever it is, messages that it's trying to tell you. Sometimes the Great Spirit just stops me and says, hey, listen, don't go that way. Or don't go to that place. I don't want you to go there. I need you to focus on something better. And it sounds just like me. And I'm like, are you talking to yourself here? No. Because afterwards, when I don't go to those places, I end up hearing that something happened there. Either there was a fight or something happened. And I am so happy that I wasn't there. You have to stay tuned. You have to listen. Sometimes the Great Spirit talks to you through numbers. 11:11, 12:12, 1, 111. I love numbers with 1. 2020. There are different numbers, 444, that if you keep continuing to see those numbers, Google what they mean. Because a lot of times it's the Most High trying to tell you something. Maybe it's to focus more. Stay away from people. Find something positive to do instead of doing whatever you're doing at that time. But just try to focus on what messages are coming in. I even see birds and I listen to birds and I'm like, all of a sudden I'm walking and a bird just comes wah, wah, out of nowhere. And I'm like, what? Everything can be a message. But the only way you'll know if it's a message is by listening. Listen. Stay focused. Don't let all these distractions keep you away from the Most High, away from your salvation. Because no matter what, you cannot save yourself. You cannot save others. You can focus, and you definitely must listen so that you can get the messages that will bring you to a salvation. Because with everything that is going on right now, most of those things we don't have control over. There's no control over those things that are happening around us. But you can control you. And you can take time and say, I'm going to focus on listening, being more connected. You have to. Silence. Turn off the TV, turn off the radio, turn everything off, and just listen. Sit somewhere and listen. The messages are trying to come in. Turn your antenna up. Well, guys, I will let this go right here. Hatway's daughter. If you like my messages, please share them. And I'll see you on the next one. Love you all. Bye.